Hi, Mary Rafferty here, and in this video today I want to talk to you on the topic of dealing with difficult people. So this is a very broad subject. There are so many variables that will influence how best to respond or deal with any particular situation where you're experiencing that person as difficult. It depends on whether it's in the workplace, at home, what's your role in the conversation, what's the purpose of the conversation, etc. And it's impossible to cover all of those in this short video. So what I want to do instead is to point out a couple of underlying principles that regardless of the situation or the person, these will hold true. So all of us have this box or this category in our minds. Let's call it the difficult persons box. And for all of us, there are a few people in our environment, whether it's at work, at home, in the community. There are a few individuals that all of us have kind of parked in this category. We've had a few encounters with them. It's been difficult for whatever reason. And we've sort of then assigned them a place in this little room. And of course, what would be lovely is if we could put them in the room, mentally at least, and turn the key and never have to deal or interact with them again. Now that's great if we have that choice. Sometimes we do have that choice. But in a lot of situations, these are people we work with, these are people we live with, and we don't have the choice to say, okay, I'm not going to talk to that person again, or I'm not going to deal with that person again. But let me challenge you a little on this. What if I was to say, actually, there's no such thing as a fixed category out there of difficult people? Now, I'm not trying to be Pollyanna-ish about this, and I'm not trying to say that there aren't situations where you, me, everybody out there experiences somebody else in their work or their home life or wherever as very frustrating, very annoying. Perhaps they say things that are very hurtful. Perhaps they say things that are very irritating. Yes, all of us have those experiences of other people in our environment. But having this very fixed category in our mind of the difficult persons box, that we assign the same people into that box over and over again, that's actually not very helpful. So let me explain. We like to think that our minds work a little bit like a camera. And, there's a tree in the field. We take our camera, we snap, and then we have an accurate representation of the tree. And that our minds are similar. We see a person out there, they're a difficult person, and we have captured an accurate image of that difficult person. And it's a kind of a very fixed, solid reality. In fact, our mind is more like a virtual reality headset. So we're not actually experiencing the objective reality out there. Yes, it's happening, but we're creating our own internal experience of what's happening outside us. So you might say, yeah, okay, virtual reality headset, camera, so what? Well, that has a number of significant positive implications for how you deal with difficult persons or indeed any challenge in your life. Because the more you can start to grasp that all our experience is internally generated, we live in a thought-created reality. The more we can start to see that, it just allows us to relax our grip on this very fixed, solid reality of this person being a difficult person. Yes, you'll have memories of things that happened, you'll have worries and concerns about something in the future, but the more you can start to see that that's a transient and thought-generated noise that's constantly going through our minds, the greater sense of ease, composure, sense of balance that you'll have, regardless of the behavior of the difficult person. So if you're in a more relaxed state of mind, if you're less caught up in the noise in your head about that person, then you're going to be different in those interactions. You're going to be more open, be less defensive, you're going to be less wary, less on edge. You're going to have a greater sense of goodwill towards that person. That is going to have some impact on the interactions you have with them. Secondly, the time you're not in that person's presence. And so often people say to me, it's that I'm worrying about it, it's that I'm thinking about it when I come home in the evening. This person's taken up too much space in my head. So that's not going to be happening as much now. You're not going to be worrying or ruminating because you're starting to see that's just all part of the continuous noise that everybody's experiences about difficult situations in their lives. And then when you don't take it all too seriously, it sort of disappears by itself. You're going to find yourself less caught up worrying about their behavior, or worrying about the next interaction you have with them, or ruminating on the last interaction you've had with them. You're just going to be in a more resourceful, more open, more relaxed state of mind. And because you're more resourceful, then you're going to be having much more effective and useful thoughts and ideas about how to deal with the person in a way that gets the best outcome for whatever situation you're in. So the key takeaway from this video is that there are individuals out there who, for one reason or another, all of us will find at some point in our lives very difficult, and we'll fall into a groove of very negative thinking and a very negative story about that person and their behaviors. That will have a knock-on effect on our own sense of well-being and composure, certainly when we're around that person. It will also have a negative fallout on the interactions with them, and it leaves us feeling unresourceful and unresilient at a time when we most need to be in a good state of mind. So if you found this video helpful and you'd like to know more about dealing with difficult people, please get in touch. Check out my website, consensusmediation.ie, or email me on mary@consensusmediation.ie. Or if there's somebody out there that you think they might find this helpful, please share this video with them. Thank you for watching.